Hey everybody, happy hump day. It's RJ. I haven't had a car chronicle in a few days, but I'm glad I didn't because I got some good tea. Kanye West is out there throwing all kinds of stuff out there, blowing everybody's spot up, making comments and providing information that is inaccurate and incorrect. And so I thought I would do a part two. I already did a part one. I already have one chronicle on Kanye. You guys can check it out. It was right after he had made his comments or had stepped out with his hat that said "Make America Great Again." I did a chronicle on him and it was really brief, but I want to kind of just mention, if you go back on my chronicle, right? This is before Kanye's newest comments about slavery, which I will get into here directly, as the old folks used to say back in the Southern days, back in the old days. I'm gonna get back to that directly. But if you can remember from my previous car chronicle, I said that I firmly believe that Kanye, quote unquote, yay, I don't call him that, but anyways, that Kanye is what? Mentally ill. I said that. I said that to you. I did, people. I said it right here. Car Chronicles with RJ. I said it. And what came out now? He's mentally ill and he's supposed to be taking medication for his issues. Okay. So I said it here. I just want to say that. Check. Okay, now let's get to it. So I did a little research, before doing my chronicle, as I always try to do. And it appears that they have not stated what kind of mental condition or, mental illness, or I said I thought maybe he could have been bipolar. And I'm not sure if I said that on the chronicle, but that's how I felt, that he was maybe bipolar. I can't say schizophrenic. I don't want to go that far, but I definitely think that maybe bipolar is what he's dealing with, which is no joke. I actually have a friend that's bipolar. It's no joke. But if you take your medication, you stick with your regimen, and what I'm saying, you have therapy or counseling, you can live a normal everyday life. Absolutely. However, from what I have seen from the TMZ interview that he did with Harvey Levin, he is not taking his medication, and he said it. He said it. Now let's get to it. So there was a conversation that transpired during this TMZ interview with Harvey, a conversation that took place between Kanye and Van Lathan, who is one of the reporters there that works for Harvey. And it was a very good conversation, I have to say. I mean, he, brought some information to light, and, kind of gave his perspective and gave a response to what Kanye said at the beginning of the interview, which is where the comments about the 400 years of slavery was a choice, quote unquote. Okay, let's get into it. So pretty much Van stepped up and told Kanye, after Kanye went on his rant, and I know everyone's talking about his rant, after Kanye went on his rant talking about how he had been on, opioids because he had liposuction surgery, because the people at TMZ, or I took it as not just specifically TMZ, but that society, that social media has made him feel like he should be body shamed. And on a side note, Wendy Williams is at her same shit again, body shaming people. Now she already did that to Kelly Clarkson. I did a chronicle on that. Now she's doing it to Kanye. She talked about him on her show and did a breakdown of him physically from head to toe about his imperfections. Okay, Wendy, let's not go there, boo-boo. I mean, yes, you've had your own plastic surgery adventures, which have gotten you to where you are now. But let's not talk about how you started, what you looked like originally. Must we? Let's not do that. Let's avoid that. And I've said this before, that you don't have a right to talk about nobody, not even Kanye, as fucked up as he is right now, and as jacked up as he is in terms of the comments that he's made and the direction he has gone, as fucked up as he may be, or the hot seat that he's in, you still do not have the right to judge anybody with a capital T, anybody, about their body. Shame on you. Because as a woman, a black woman, a woman of color, you don't want nobody doing you like that. Okay? And you made changes to improve yourself, which, as we all know, I am okay with that. I'm all about improvement, making yourself better. Absolutely. But what you're not going to do is, go through these changes to make yourself feel better or to improve yourself, and then look back at everybody else down your nose. That you should not do. Okay, let me get off of Wendy. But I wanted to bring Wendy up because I did see, a YouTube where she was talking mad cash money shit about Kanye and talking about his, physique and how he looks and this and that. So let's go back to it. So Kanye said that he went and got liposuction, which, as we know, is what transpired when his mother passed away in 2007, that she was, getting liposuction, and complications led to her passing, unfortunately. So it is kind of ironic or interesting that now Kanye has, decided to be a part of that, after back then, if you were to look at some, captions, and, YouTube wasn't as big then, but, was a little something going on. If you were to look back at it and see his opinions and his feedback on liposuction back then, it's interesting how he chose to go ahead and do the lipo anyways. Once again, no judgment, no shade or no tea, because as we know, I support it, but at the end of the day, it's just ironic to me. Okay, so he said he had liposuction because, once again, he said he was, because he was in the TMZ interview with, the whole, he was in the room. He was in their room, in their newsroom, in their hot room. He was there with everybody. And he said and it made it sound like he was talking about just TMZ, but I think as a whole, he's talking about society. He's talking about social media. He's talking about the public, that they made him feel bad. And he referenced Rob Kardashian, how Rob Kardashian felt some kind of way about how people were shaming him, body shaming him. I know fat shaming is a word that a lot of people, but I just don't like to use. I use body shaming. How they body shamed Rob during the time that Kanye and Kim got married, and how he ducked out early because, of optics and photos and things like that. He didn't want to be a part of that because he knew what the, what the photographers were going to do, what the journalists were going to say, what social media was going to say as a response to how, he had, changed physically. And so Kanye is using that as a platform to say that that's why he, went ahead and got lipo. As a result, he was put on, opiates, and supposedly he got addicted. That's what he said. And that's the reason why he, has gone on rants, and that's why he's responding the way that he is, and saying things that he's saying, because he's drugged up. His exact words: "I'm drugged up, bruh, drugged up." Those are his words. Okay. So, he's saying that, going back to the initial comment that lit all of this up, that slavery was a choice. He said, so many of black folks, so many of us were, being slaved. You saying all y'all you allowed yourselves to be slaved? That's a choice. Blah, 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 blah. He's going off about that, and about how, we have to make we choose our own fate. It's like he was saying, we make our own decisions to be who we are. And although we were slaved for 400 years and we allowed it to happen, it's a choice. Okay, Kanye. So in response to his comments, Van Lathan got up there. And I have to say, that brother spoke very well. Got up there and said, and I have to quote him. I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure I got the quote right. Okay. He said to Kanye, because Kanye asked, this was his question: "Do you all," and he was talking to everybody in the newsroom, in their TMZ newsroom, "do you all think that I am not all there, all clear right now? Am I not speaking, from a clear place? Do you not think that?" So of course, most people they're not gonna argue with Kanye, right? You don't want to debate. Well, fuck that. Van was like, "Nah, I don't think you speaking from anything." That's exactly what he said. And he continued on to say, and let me read this. He was just talking about, how Kanye, you have a right to, and that's what I said. I said that in my other chronicle. I've said it in multiple chronicles. People have a right to feel and think and believe whatever they choose to think, feel, and believe. We do not have a right to tell people how to think, feel, and believe. Just like ain't nobody gonna tell me how to think, feel, and believe. However, I also said in my chronicle, in addition to that, that Kanye, yes, feel, think, believe, support, whatever. That's you. That's your choice. But what did I say in my chronicle? I said, you have to be realistic. You have to look at the facts. You have to know what you're saying before you say it. Van Lathan just said the same thing in his TMZ response to Kanye to his face. He said the same thing. You got to be realistic, brother. You got to be realistic. You got to look at the facts. Exactly what I said in my chronicle last week before all this blew up. Along with the fact I said he was mentally ill. That something was off about him. Before all this cracked and broke. Okay, so then Van continues to say, quote, he said, first of all, he said that he is disappointed. This is what Van is saying to Kanye in the TMZ room, okay? In the TMZ newsroom. He said, brother, I'm disappointed. He said, I am appalled. And he said, you know what, brother? I am unbelievably hurt. You have morphed into something to me that is not real. That's exactly what he said to Kanye. And then Kanye decides he wants to go over there and give a brother a hug and apologize for hurting him. Kanye missed the whole point. His whole point was that it is a shame that you started off up here so many years ago, and you have gone down here for various reasons. Yes, mental illness, absolutely. But you have tricked yourself into believing that, you know, slavery was a choice. That, you know, in your beliefs, and like I said, he has a right to believe it, that Trump has turned this country upside down. He made a comment about Obama in the interview, about how Obama is equivalent to the opioids that he was on, the opiates he was on, and that Trump is the one that's going to save us from that drug, from Obama. Really? That's what he said in the interview. Check. Okay, so when Van says it to him, and he then responds and says he want to give him a hug and and he was like, he said, brother, I feel like you want to hit me, like you mad, like you want to hit me, whatever. He's like, I really feel like, you know, I apologize for hurting you, and I apologize for, you know, surprising you with the hat, you know, with the you know, Make America Great Again hat, for, you know, supporting Trump, for being there with him, standing side by side. He said, I just feel like I need to hug you. He was like, you're not gonna hit me. And Van was like, dude, really? Like, I'm gonna hit Kanye West in the TMZ room, newsroom? Really? No, I'm not gonna hit you. And like he said, you have a right to believe whatever you want to believe. You can feel whatever you feel. You can say whatever, but know that there are consequences to what you say and what you do, your actions. There are consequences. And now you are feeling those consequences. You cannot do and say and then think there will not be any feedback. Or as the young folks say, clap back. Don't think it's not going to happen. It is. You are someone that is in the public eye. You are a role model. So people are going to respond. People are going to listen. People are going to react. That is just how it's going to be. You chose that life. You're in that life. That's who you are. You represent something. And so, you know, he hugged him, whatever, but he was like, yeah, dude. But, you know, he's still trying to speak the truth to Kanye. You know, let him know, dude, like that don't squash nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he also shared that Kanye was like his favorite rapper, just about. Like, he really was into Kanye. And he said, anybody in this room that have known me will tell you, you were my rapper. But he said he off of that. He was like, I'm off of it forever. I'm off of the Ye train. Like, I'm done with it. So he pretty much said, like, I don't fuck with you no more, Kanye. You said what you said. I don't fuck with you. So I'm like, damn, you know, it's rough. So then I start looking at some other, you know, doing a little more research, and I'm seeing different people responding. So let's talk about his wife, Kim. You know, and I know everybody's going to be mad about this, but, you know, I do like the Kardashians to a degree. I told you my favorite is Khloe. The most normal one is Kendall. Well, I got to get some feedback from Kim and from Kylie. I rarely talk about Kylie because to me, I'm indifferent. It's whatever. So apparently Kanye, you know, when it came out about, you know, he was wearing a hat and he was there with Trump, which, by the way, this is the second time this has happened. The first time he had visited the White House and was there with Trump. And so, you know, that had come out. But then I guess he tried to play it off like it was nothing or whatever, because according to the information that was stated in the TMZ interview with Kanye and with Van and with the other reporter, I forget, the gentleman with the dreads, fair skin, light skin with the dreads, brother that's on there with Harvey all the time. He said, yeah, because Kanye was like, you know, all of a sudden, because I represent the black community and I'm an entertainer, I'm a rapper, I can't stand up there with the president. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but what they don't remember is for years, before Trump became president, a lot of rappers was, you know what I'm saying, referring to him in their raps and shit, in their lyrics. And dude was like, nah, you right. You know, they were. He was like, but, like I said, I don't remember dude's name, but he was like, but, he was like, you know, that was just part of the rap though. Because he was talking about how Snoop, Kanye was talking about how Snoop, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Snoop fan. How Snoop, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, like rapping about Kanye, I mean, rapping about Trump. And now, you know what I'm saying, when he come out, he like shaming Trump. He was like, but I'm not going to do that. He was like, you know, why can't I be a black man in the black community, a rapper, an entertainer, you know what I'm saying, in society? Why can't I support this man as the president? He was like, he's trying to do better. He's trying to make us better. Okay, Kanye. You, like I said, believe whatever you want to believe, but make sure you coming from facts, numbers, information, documentation, receipts. Make sure you're doing that before you, you know, claiming all these, you know, you know, contributions and giving credit where credit is not due. Make sure you have all that information before you do that. Okay. So anyways, so they went into that. Okay. So, you know, Kim had responded to the feedback that Kanye had gotten about him wearing the hat and being with Trump, being a Trump supporter. But this time around, she did not, she said she was not going to touch his comments about slavery. She said she wasn't going there. And that's probably best for her. Because, baby, just because you laid up and had some babies and married a black man, don't mean you can comment on it because you don't know nothing about it. So I agree. Stay out of that, Kim. And although I do like the Kardashians, baby, you right. You right to stay clear from that. And Kylie Jenner, you know, I guess she's still fooling with her baby daddy, Travis Scott. I didn't know that. I thought when he had fucked off on her when she was pregnant that they had stopped fucking around, but I guess not. That's a different chronicle. I'll do something on that another time. Anyways, I guess Travis and her, you know what I'm saying, are trying to stay away from that too. And that apparently Travis and Kanye were due to do, you know, drop an album or drop a single. And they were showing little clips of, you know, social media where Kanye was like, yeah, dude, I hope we still doing this. And Travis Scott was like, yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this or whatever. Pretty much saying, you know, Kanye pretty much saying, let's go ahead and do this to take heat off of all these, you know, all these comments that are being said about me, making comments about slavery being a choice. Let's delve into the music. Let's concentrate on that to get the heat off of that. So pretty much that's what it was. But Kylie made a comment, I guess, that she, you know what I'm saying, is, you know, paying attention to Kim and Kanye and how, you know, she is just really, you know, shocked or whatever, you know, how hard and how tight she's, you know, trying to support Kanye. Not shocked, but just they like, wow, you know, she just like really, I don't want to say impressed is the right word, but that she really just has, you know, zoomed in and paid attention to it because she was like, just in case Travis ever get himself in that situation, and you know what I'm saying, I have to know how to respond, or you know, I have to help him know how to respond or whatever. So that was Kylie's response. Like, she didn't want to touch that. Kim says she wanted to still focus on the shit that happened with Tristan and Chloe. Babe, we over that. Chloe is over it. So let's be over it, Kim. Let's move on. Let's talk about your dude. Let's talk about your dude and how he not taking his medication. So it was confirmed that, you know, he was taking, you know, the opiates, and he said he got addicted. He stopped taking them and whatever, but that it was deemed that he should be taking medication for his mental illness, whatever that illness is, and that he's supposed to take it. I think he said like several times a day, but he takes it maybe once or twice a week. So he confirmed that yes, there is mental illness there, and yes, he's supposed to be medicated, but that no, he is not taking his medication. He confirmed it on TMZ on that interview. There are more than one on YouTube. I would look at the 13 there. It's like a 13 and some seconds, like 13:42 or something. It's like 13 minutes and whatever minutes, 13 minutes and whatever seconds. There's another one that's like 3 minutes and whatever seconds. Watch the 13-minute one. That's the one where where Kanye and Van really get into it, and really discuss it. Because initially it started with Harvey and the dude with the dreads. Like I said, I apologize, I don't know his name. But initially it started with them two talking to Kanye. And then when Kanye asked the question, turned around and asked the whole room, you know, do I seem like I'm talking freely? Am I talking, you know, clearly? And then that's when Van Lathan jumped in and was like, nah, I don't think you talking from nothing. And then he just went into his information. So look at the whole 13-minute interview. Now, I know that Charlemagne did like over an hour, like an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute interview with Kanye. I have not yet. I've yet to watch that, but I will. My hairstylist, shout out to my girl Monica, she with sweet curls, she actually hit me onto that today when I was getting my hair done. Yeah, just got my hair freshly done, y'all. Check. Got that fresh blowout. Yeah, and I am natural. Check. Anyway, so she hit me onto that and was like, check it out. Da, da, da. So I started to check out Charlamagne's interview, but I'm like, I need to take some time to sit back at the house and really watch that. So anyways, he had an interview with him. And like I said, there are multiple versions of the interview at TMZ because he went into the whole, he was giving the information on why he was acting the way he was. And then there's the part where he's talking to Harvey and the other guy. And then there's the part where him and Van are having their dialogue. So it's different parts to it. So definitely take the time to watch it. If you look it up, it's on there. But there were so many people responding. So really quick, there was, oh, so let me go back. It came out because I don't know if Kris Jenner and Harvey, Levin have something going on or they have a history or whatever, but damn, he always helping Kris Jenner out. So apparently Kris Jenner had contacted Harvey to tell him not to respond or not to, shame Kanye or call him out, just to leave it alone or whatever. So apparently, she had, went to Harvey and was like, please let it go. Don't expound on it. Don't go into it, whatever. Harvey was like, fuck that. So, but what she did was apparently, they connect them. It was, let's see. I don't know if it was Kris Jenner that hooked them up, but it may have been Kris Jenner that hooked them up. But Kanye and that's how Harvey ended up hooking up because she wanted Kanye to be able to respond to it. She didn't want Harvey to go out and just say whatever and, do a TMZ segment on it and just let it go. She wanted Kanye to be able to respond to it. So I guess she did hook them up so they could have a dialogue, which went south because that's how Van got into it and it went to a different direction and what else bounced off of that. But I was looking at it. So Cardi B also has some responses to it. She didn't really respond to it. They were, like there's been video out about Cardi B canceling her tour because, she's like really, really pregnant and, she just feels like she can't really, she's not in the best of shape right now because she's pregnant and that she's going to return, I guess, for the Bruno Mars tour or whatever, concert. But that she said that, she made a comment and then I heard she deleted it off of social media on IG where she was like, social media is running celebrities insane, and then she deleted it, but like it was kind of insinuated that Cardi B was referring to Kanye. That's pretty much all she said. She didn't really like make a comment or whatever. But she kind of insinuated that social media is driving celebrities to go insane. Come on now. We cannot blame what is going on in the world and the responses and the reactions like such as Kanye's to society or to social media. He's a grown-ass man, a grown-ass man. He can respond accordingly. That is left up to him. And if he has a mental illness, which it has been deemed that he does, he needs to get therapy. He needs to take his damn meds and he needs to stay the fuck off of social media for a while. He needs to get a breather. He needs to do a social media fast where he just does not get on social media. He does not run his fucking mouth. He need to be off of social media. Take a break, Kanye. That's what the fuck you need to do. Stay the fuck off of social media, running your fucking track. Take a moment. Get your shit back together. Get on your meds, your regimen that you should be taking, and stop getting on social media and doing interviews and shit and making comments. That's what you should do, Kanye. I'm telling you, bro. That's what you should do. That's my comment. That's my feedback. That's my opinion. Stop it. You need to bring it back. You need to bring it back. And like I said, you can feel, think, believe, whatever the hell you choose, bruh. But like Van said, and like I said last week, before all this shit popped off, you have to come from facts. Come from facts. Yay, Kanye. Come from facts. Know the honest truth. Get the real information. Don't get on there and say you support this when you don't know all the facts. If you want to believe it, great. If you want to support Trump, great. If you want to back him up, whatever, great. You think that he's what? What is it? Making America great again? If that's what you think, that's your opinion. You have a right to have it, just like I have a right to have mine, just like everybody else has a right to have theirs. But the one thing about it is somebody asked me about my beliefs and my rationale and my reasonings. Trust and believe I'm coming from facts. It won't be opinions. It won't be he cool or she cool or their platform is cool. It's going to be factual information. It's going to be truly documented. It's going to make sense. You need to do the same, Kanye. And you need to take your damn medication. You need to listen to the people that care about you, that truly care about you. And you need to get some therapy, brother. That's what you need to do before you get your ass back up on social media and talk about shit that you do not know or have all the facts for. And like your boy Van said, disappointed, appalled, and frankly, unbelievably hurt that you have morphed into something to him. Van said to me, meaning Van, that is not real. But I tend to, I concur with Van. You have morphed, Kanye. You have changed a lot. And like I said before, I feel like it is a direct response. After his mother passed away, he hadn't been the same since. The mental illness is just, that's in addition to him feeling some kind of way since his mama passed away. And I understand because I'm very close to my mother, so I get it. But at the end of the day, you are a role model in society. There are children that look up to you. There are adults that look up to you. There are people that support you, that support your brand, that purchase your music, that download your music, that dance to your music, that enjoy it. And you have gotten on social media and you've gotten on interviews and said things that you cannot take back. Once they come out, once you're regurgitating that type of information, you cannot take it back. It cannot be removed. It is now on social media permanently. And at the end of the day, it may not dawn on you right now that it has affected you. It has affected your sales. It has affected your fan base. But eventually, when you come off of this and you look back on what you said and your actions and what you've done, you'll realize that it has changed your fan base, that it has changed your following, that it has changed how people look at you, how they view you, how and if they believe in you. And although I don't give a shit what people think about me, I'm not in the public eye like that. You are. You have to be greater. You have to do bigger things. You have to be smart. You have to make smart choices. And Kanye, I'm here to tell you, I'm not a fan of yours. Like, I may listen to a little something here and there back in the day. I haven't listened to any of your shit recently. But at the end of the day, you're still talented. Okay? You're still an artist. You still have something to say. It's just the words that are coming out of your damn mouth right now. In Chris Tucker's words, they're not adding up. They're not adding up to who you've been, who you said that you are, who you represent. It's not adding up. And although I believe in free speech, absolutely, I believe in people, supporting whatever it is they want to support and being who they want to be, whatever that looks like, you still, once again, have to go off of facts. Not opinions, not what you think or what you heard, but off of facts. True, pure life facts. And right now, Kanye, you are not doing that. And you are doing a disservice to yourself because you're not taking care of yourself. Your health is more important than all this foolishness. I think once Kanye gets his health on track, stays off of social media for a period of time, and gets himself back to where he needs to be, I think he can truly think clear and be able to form those opinions. That doesn't mean that that's going to stop him from supporting Trump. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's going to allow him to think clearly, hopefully, before he speaks. And get to the bottom of some things that are actually going on in the world and know what the hell you're saying before you say it. Anyways, that is my chronicle for today. I think I've covered a lot. I got all my notes over here. And, all I can say is that I said in my previous chronicle about Kanye, I had already said that man was mentally ill. I knew it was, because don't nobody, no matter what your race, gender, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, whatever, nobody's going to get up there and say that like that. And say, especially if they come, now that I've heard the second part where he said that slavery was a choice, nobody can truly get up there and say that and be of clear mind. There's no way. He brought up the Holocaust and he brought up slavery and all that. He was ranting on and on about a whole bunch of shit that to me does not resonate anything. In me, there's nothing that connects with that. I just see somebody who needs help. I see somebody who needs to get some support so that he can sit down and recoup. That's what I think. All right, y'all. I'm done for my chronicle today. Please like, subscribe, comment, feedback, suggestions. Let me know if there's some other tea I need to speak on or some other information I need to check into. I appreciate your time. And you good folks have a good night.